Hello, everybody. What is going on? My name is Will, and welcome to There's Nobody Here Named Josh, the podcast. We are true to the name. There's nobody currently here named Josh.
That's correct.
As previously, well, I'm here with Kevin.
Ooh, you're cutting out massive, man.
Am I?
Yeah,
Well, your MC duties, man, bro.
Oh,
Have
dude.
I already ruined it?
You ruined it.
It was so good. It was so good. It was like it's like when a masterpiece painting falls in a puddle.
Oh,
Like it was
no,
really
don't
good.
say that. I'm so sad.
And then a masterpiece painting falls in a puddle. Then it looks like something my 4-year-old made.
Oh,
the
internet.
okay.
What's happening?
That's okay. That's all right. That's all right.
We're moving forward.
We'll
Keep going.
We'll just keep forward. Now remember, there's nobody here named Josh, right?
Of course, there is nobody here named Josh. Kevin, are you Josh?
No, I'm not Josh.
Okay. Just want to be sure. Aaron, what about you?
No, I'm not. But there's someone in my trunk currently named Josh. So.
Oh, well, he can stay in the trunk.
We're gonna have to get rid of him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep him in the trunk.
Keep him in the trunk.
As long as he's not here.
No, he's not here right now.
No.
Okay. I was worried.
Which is all good. Hold
on, I'm gonna turn off my Wi-Fi and see if that helps.
All right. So, anyways, due to the fact that you bongled your intro.
No, he didn't. The internet bongled it for him.
The internet bongled.
I think Shaw's having some issues today. I've been having problems for a little bit.
All right. So today we're going to do something that. And we also have more audience interactions.
I love audience interaction.
Yeah, more audience interactions.
Actually, I think I shared that post and I got a response on it. I'm going to find it.
Today or tonight or whenever you're listening to this, we're doing something that Aaron came up with last week. We were talking about sequels last week, right? And so Aaron came up with the idea is why was this made? What we're going to do,
How'd this get made?
Yes,
like, how did they let this happen?
How did this happen? So what we're going to do, we're going to pick a sequel of a movie that has a great first movie. The first movie that they made in the series was great.
Yes.
And then the second movie was just fucking awful.
Terrible.
And we're going to go and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about why it was awful. And then we're going to talk about, at the very end, for each one of us, we're going to give a little bit of an elevator pitch on what we would have done to make it better.
Exactly. Love it.
So earlier, before we started recording, are you still there, Will?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. He's got real silent.
We're getting some flux.
Before we started recording, we actually rolled D20s. Well, we
rolled for initiative.
We rolled for initiative.
Yep.
And Aaron, he got to go first. So we're gonna dive right into this. This might be a shorter episode today, but we're gonna dive right into this. So
not if I have anything to say about it.
Oh boy!
That's That's a good point.
You know what? And I honestly don't know what. I don't know what one you picked.
Okay,
you didn't tell me. So go ahead.
So before I launch into anything, I have to amend something that I said in the previous podcast.
Uh-oh.
When I was listing off my runners-up and honorable mentions for my favorite fictional characters, I had a brain fart and I said Ash Campbell.
Oh, you did.
It's Ash Williams, played by Bruce Campbell. So I sort of, I had a bit of a brain fart and mixed the two names up. So I wanted to correct that, just in case anybody, just so that I can keep my street cred.
In case he's lilistening, right? In
case he's listening or anyone else is, later on down the line, somebody calls me out on it. It's like, well, actually, it's Ash Williams. I know. I screwed up. I was rushing trying to make this list. There was just so many names.
Twitter was furious.
Thanks for coming out, Aaron.
I just have, I do it for the fans, man. I do it for the
fans.
Well,
you know what? It's all about the fan service here. There's nobody here named Josh.
Except
for Josh.
Pardon?
Except for Josh.
Will is trapped in the Matrix right now. And he's
I know. Except if you're a fan and your name is Josh, we're not doing it for you.
Oh, that's
I turn into a different person when we start recording. I just hate Josh immediately.
I just want to go on the record saying I have no feelings either way about anyone named Josh. Anyway, I have so many personal friends named Josh. You guys are gonna get me beat for this. Okay, all right, on to my film.
All right. So what do you got, Aaron?
So, all right. Well, technically, I'm breaking my own rules a little bit in that it isn't so much a sequel as a sort of continuation of a story. I'm just going to launch right into it. Alien Covenant was the single most detrimental thing done to a series, I think, in a very long time. Alien and Aliens were probably two of the greatest pieces of cinema, like, just for sci-fi that I can even remotely think of. Like, they were just incredible. Like, I'm a horror fan, I'm an action fan, I'm a sci-fi fan, and those films managed to do all of that in such an amazing way. Like, you had Ridley Scott, you had oh gosh, here we go again.
Yeah, the Alien.
Yeah, the Alien.
Yeah.
And just to see like Alien.
Whoa! Now you're
not
in
just
the
me.
Matrix.
It was all right. Yeah, like there was a lot of people that
There you
were sort of, on the fence about it, and like I honestly, I didn't mind it. Like I got it. I got what they were trying to do. Alien Resurrection was just awful, absolutely awful. And then Prometheus was at least okay. So the thing with Prometheus is they tried to do something different, and I can appreciate that. I can understand that. But with the other films I mentioned, like Aliens 3 and Alien Resurrection, they kept within the canon, right? Like, they didn't stray too far from the source material. They did some weird stuff.
I'm going to stop you here for just 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice went to the Matrix really quickly. So the part of when you said Alien Insurrection was not heard. So it sounded like you said Alien Erection.
Oh my god, I'm not the only one thinking it.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's Alien Resurrection and Aliens 4.
Yeah. Not Alien Erection. That's a different one.
Yeah. That's a different film. We're not going to talk about that one.
That'll be the one. That'll be a later podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
For when we talk about your past.
Definitely interrupt, because if we're dropping audio, it's not a good sign.
No.
The internet's trying to take us down, man. Okay, so Alien Covenant literally destroyed everything that Alien was, and I can't.
Oh,
it's happening again.
Might be those headphones you're on. Are you there?
Massive shit over the franchise. We still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything just went all funky.
Don't you love technology?
We're gonna have to cut all this out.
No. We're gonna continue going.
We're gonna need to get like a room where we can all just sit in and plug microphones into a board and record onto one computer.
Yeah.
All right, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, continue.
All right, I'm just gonna try and hold my phone way up in the air and turn the Wi-Fi off and just spend $300 on data. Okay, so like Ridley Scott has lost his goddamn mind, and I hope he's out there and I hope he hears this. You, Ridley Scott, are an asshole. And I say this with every
I was drinking there.
ounce of my being. You're an asshole. You took a film that, like, you directed a masterpiece in slasher horror sci-fi cinema, and then you came full circle and just jumped the shark so fucking bad. I hated it. I can't tell if you guys are still there or not.
We're here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm recovering.
We're listening.
Silence break. Okay.
We're listening.
So, if you haven't seen Aliens, the premise is that a crew sort of stumbles upon a derelict ship that they find in space when they hear a distress signal or an unknown signal. They get there, they find the ship is derelict, they find these weird eggs. Buddy looks at the egg, the little facehugger jumps up, grabs him, impregnates him, and then alien gestates inside of him. Spoiler alert, pops out of his chest, turns into an alien, and goes after the crew. The film was made way, like, fucking 30 years ago. If it's a spoiler for you, you should be ashamed of yourself. But the thing that I liked about the film was there was a lot of unknowns, right? And that played on that aspect of space and the unknowns and this horror. And it was like Jaws, where you didn't really see the alien. He kind of just came out at you. And then he just took that and with Covenant turned it into some Michael Bay-esque bullshit action series where it had no relatable characters, no comprehensive storyline. It took half of the beats from Prometheus and then just decided to ignore the fact that, no, number one, the android got beheaded in Prometheus, but when Covenant, I guess that he just fixed himself, so that's cool. And then turns out that he is responsible for creating the aliens in the first place, which makes no goddamn sense. So, like, the entire film, the whole premise of the movie is just asinine. The characters
wasn't there something about, like, the face huggers, how they grab on, like, you cannot get them off, and then someone else just, like, got it off?
Well, because they have acid for blood, and then eventually, once they impregnate you, they just fall off and die. But the thing about them is that there's tension there, right? Because it's a tangible thing that the crew had to deal with. In Covenant, they walk onto a planet and it's just spores. So anybody can get infected at any time. There's no conflict there. There's no tension there. It's just, oops, you're dead. Like, how are you supposed to... How does that make sense in a film?
So I haven't seen it. So, like, are they wearing like
no.
like a scuba gear type?
No,
they're
just walking around willy-nilly in their space uniforms.
Yep, in the original film, they go down and the planet's like really shitty, so it's like, oh, we gotta wear spacesuits, and they go into the ship and they find the egg, and then the alien facehugger burns through the helmet. It's like, oh yeah, because they're wearing spacesuits, because that makes fucking sense. In Covenant, they're flying a ship that is supposed to be going to terraform and like start a new planet, and then they hear fucking country music, literally country music.
Space country music.
And they're like, hey, I know that. That's a John Denver. That's a John Denver song. Yeehaw, let's go check it out. And then it's like, okay, cool. So you're just going to abandon your fucking mission for a John Denver song or something. And they get on the planet. It's like, yeah, it looks like it's got air. Let's just go out and walk around. And so they're just walking around without spacesuits, without anything, as if there's just no concern or protocol whatsoever. No thought whatsoever put in. Yeah. And then spores happen.
That angers me.
And then they get infected, and then the chest bursters don't burst out of people's chests anymore. They come out of their backs or their fucking butts or whatever. Like, it was just so dumb. Oh my god. And at every single moment, again, when they had an opportunity to do something that would slightly redeem the film, they chose not to. Like, there's a wonderful scene where they're in the hangar bay of the ship, and there's a xenomorph there, which they're now called, like, neomorphs now, because they just have to find another reason to shit on the fucking series. And they're walking around inside this hangar. It's dark and it's spooky and it's dripping and there's chains and there's shadows. And for an instant, you get flashes of the original film. And what happens? Fucking explosions! Woo! Instead of
Michael Bay.
Yeah, just let's blow it up. Like, instead of an opportunity to have the aliens stalking these crew members and killing them off one by one, like, that's what it does because it's a fucking shark. No. Let's just blow it to bits. Whoa!
I hate movies like that.
It's literally no thought was put into this, and it was just such a pseudo pretentious pile of shit. Like, the opening scene, you had David, the android, talking with Wayland, and they're in this, like, oh, it's a big shiny white room with old rustic furniture, and there's the big statue of David there. So it's like, oh my god, look how meta we are with our themes. It's David and Goliath, and like, oh, and then you explain, oh, David defeated all the engineers when he killed them all with their own shit, and it's like, what is this crap that you're feeding us? My god, I hate this movie. I saw it in the theaters, and I literally wanted to go up and punch the projectionist. I hate this fucking movie with a passion because I love Alien. I love what that franchise was. It was a slasher in space, and that turned into a fucking off the rails action film in the sequel. It was just You have a creature that gestates inside the bodies of a human being, and it bleeds acid. It is so badass. It is a relentless killing machine, and we have no idea what it is or how to stop it, and that is a great thing to. And then in the original film, you had like winning female characters, driving storyline, like tension, fucking tension. Like the entire time you're watching these films, you're either on the edge of your seat or in awe at not only the scenery, the score, but the visual effects. And this new one was like, it was literally just cut and paste. Yeah, throw an explosion there. Insert female character here. Let's put 2 gay dudes over there.
Super quick. Just in case anyone doesn't know what it means when you say score, that is like the music.
Yeah,
in the
film. The music of the film. Like it just like this. The originals were done, and when movies were movies, when they meant something, when you wanted to put a film out there that did something to a person, that put fear. Like there were people who were legitimately fucking scared witless with the first film, and this one was just like.
Yeah. I've seen the first Alien movie.
Oh.
I've seen that one, and it's one of the reasons why I don't watch horror movies to this day.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Like, I don't watch horror movies to this day because Alien, as a kid, scared the shit out of me.
If you see any horror movies now, like it is all just cut and paste the exact same formula, but reskinned, and it makes me very upset.
There's no more chances being taken.
The only one that I've seen relatively recently was, I think, Hush, that came out in 2016. And that one, like, it took a little bit more steps to be something different, but even still was kind of cut and paste.
Oh.
Like, take chances. Take chances with your films. Think about your films. You know what I mean? When you're making these movies, especially if you're trying to do a sequel, know the source material. And this is the one thing that upset me the most. I picked this one. Is Ridley Scott directed the first film. So for him to come back with this...
Maybe his hands were tied. Maybe the bigger people above him said, let's make it look like this now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You don't tie Ridley Scott's hands.
No.
He's fucking Ridley Scott, dude. Like, he's up there. Like, and that's the thing. It's like... For something like that, like if treat it like your baby, man. And then imagine if he walked off the set where he was like, I'm not doing this fucking film because this is terrible. What you guys have done to this franchise, I'm walking off the set. Imagine the waves that would have stirred in the community because there's a massive fan base for this. But no, he did it. Either he's a corporate whore or he just hates movies. Like, and I love Ridley Scott, man. Like Blade Runner is one of my all-time favorite films. But Jesus.
Wow.
For someone, and like it's despicable. Like I could excuse when another director comes in and shits on a film series and makes a terrible sequel because like, hey, maybe he just didn't give a shit. But it's Ridley Scott, man. It's Ridley Scott.
Yeah, he should have known better.
He really should have.
Yeah,
from what I'm hearing.
Better. Man, that doesn't make me want to watch it. So, what would you do differently?
I wouldn't make it.
Wow. Okay.
I would let it fucking die. I would let it die. Because there's a thing that Spielberg says, and he goes, sometimes mystery is good, right? Like, sometimes it's okay to not know why a thing is a thing, and that's what creates intrigue. The cool thing about the Aliens franchise is we had no fucking idea what was going on. That there was something scary out there in the universe, right? Like, we just stumbled upon some shit that's gonna kill you. And that's what's scary about space. I think if they were going to do anything, they should have kept with that theme, that space is scary. In space, no one can hear you scream. That was the tagline. They should have went back to the roots with horror. Find maybe like a colony or something. They found this ship. Like in Prometheus, they tried to explain away what the ship and the alien was. And it's like, the engineers made us, and they made the aliens. But now they don't like us for some reason. Well, why don't they like us? Well, because we're human, and humans are bad. It's like, okay. Cool. I guess. Like, where was the fucking intrigue in there? And then, again,
the only mystery I can see in that is why in this particular scenario are the humans bad?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They didn't even explain it away in the film. It's like the end. In Prometheus, the engineer saw humans, and he's like, oh no, humans, gross. Kill them. And then they were just trying to be like, that ship with all the eggs was heading to Earth to kill all the... Why? Literally, why? These omnipotent beings are going around making planets and people and the species and aliens with acid blood, and then us, who have fucking, like, Dodge Chargers and AIDS, and it's just like...
Dodge Chargers and AIDS.
It's just like, let's go kill them, too. It's like, it makes no
You're
fucking
not
sense.
wrong.
It's
Dodge
literally
Chargers. That's the name of my next country album.
Dodge Chargers and AIDS.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then they went into Alien versus Predator, and it was like, let's take another big shit on the goddamn franchise. But literally, I would have stopped after 3. I would have noticed that, like, what we were doing was terrible and just stopped. Because what's awesome about some of these films is that they are solid single pieces, that they don't need a continuation of the story. You know, Aliens 2 technically isn't even a sequel. It's literally just a continuation of this. If you watch them back to back, it's just one movie. And it does it in such an incredible way, and the tonal shift is amazing, but while still maintaining that feel and that fear. So, I don't know. Honestly, like, it's a hard one for me, because the first one was really scary, and the first one was really dark, and I think... You know, I like the idea of them, you know, maybe what I would have done would have them sort of find a place, like they go to colonize a planet, and instead of diverting off in the middle of nowhere following a John Denver song, they actually do what they're fucking supposed to do and go to the planet and colonize it in the first place. But when they do, they stumble upon some stuff there. But they don't stumble upon it in the way that's like, oh, explosions and spores. It's like, no, like, people start going missing and they don't fucking know why. And then they go to investigate why these people have been going missing, and all of a sudden they find a cave and realize, like, oh, this is where these things come from. And then, like, aliens have been harvesting from this planet, and it's still, so we still don't really understand what they are, but we get an idea of, like, oh, they are a naturally occurring thing, they're being harvested or whatever. You know, it's something that just at least has some thought put into it, not just like, oh yes, the android David decided to create these face huggers using the intestinal tissue from the woman that he flew away in his spaceship with, and then he killed the whole species because he's angry. Like, what? Fuck.
I love these random voices that you do.
Like, that's what I pictured was the pitch meeting for that, which is like, yes, David is he's very angry, so he kills the aliens, like David versus Goliath, yeah.
So like David the android saw this human and was like, oh, this fucking thing's ugly. Let's turn it into something with dope acid blood instead.
Well, this is what I mean. Like, yeah, so at the end of Prometheus, Head and the woman that survived, that gave birth to the potato baby thing in the Prometheus, they survive and they fly away in an alien ship. And then in Covenant, you realize, oh, look, they survived, but she's Edith or whatever, I can't remember her name. She's dead because she was, like, barely even a fucking rememberable character in the first place. And, like, Prometheus gave us... Yeah, Prometheus is responsible for the people who can't run sideways trope as well. While being chased... Like, yeah, there's a giant ship rolling laterally at you, and I can't move sideways. I better keep running forward. Oh, no, I'm squished. Like... yeah.
Why is my world a platformer?
Exactly, yeah, it's just like giant boulders rolling at you in a single direction, and you just keep running straight instead of maybe, I don't know, veering to the right, you fucking knob. Like, and that, like, but that's an example of the writing caliber that we're dealing with. And so as an audience member, you're fucking insulted. You're literally insulted. You are flying a spaceship and you don't know how to turn right. Ah.
I'm pretty sure, like, when people do that, they try to take, like, an Indiana Jones approach with the fucking boulder, but he was also in, like, a tunnel.
But that's what I mean, yeah. There's a reason he couldn't run another way, is because he was in a tube.
Yeah. So when people, it feels like people are trying to recreate that feeling, and then they forget, wait.
They forget the whole fundamental reason behind it, is that he couldn't turn left or right, and that's why there was tension.
That's genuinely what I think is happening at this point.
Oh my god. You know what people like? People like running scenes when stuff is rolling at them. Make sure to put that in there. And a whole bunch more explosions.
See, explosion... I feel so weirdly about explosions. Like, I fucking love explosions if they're thought out.
Too many.
Well, yeah, I liked explosions when they were real explosions because it took time and effort to plan and think out the shot, and because
Practical.
Oh
Practical,
my god,
and
the
it was-
pyrotechnics.
and it was real, so it carried.
Yes.
It felt. Now, explosion is a plug-in on fucking After Effects.
It's just called Michael Bay. You just have to
Yeah,
put the Michael Bay filter in.
So now you can put as many explosions in as you want. You can fucking somebody can fart and then their whole body blows up. And it's just like, yeah, that's
You can go on YouTube and find like an explosion that is on like a flat green background, and you can just add that in through Premiere with a green screen key.
Do anything at all.
That's cinema apparently.
Yep.
So
Multi-million dollars, just all green screen.
If you want to see what better production looks like, go to like 2011 Ninja Sex Party.
You and your Ninja Sex Party.
Oh
Yeah, they're passionate, dude, and you can see it, even though the production quality back then was shit. They made a joke out of it, even though they kept trying. It was
all
good.
right. So
also before I finish,
Okay.
all the original artwork for the first film was done by H.R. Geiger, who's this like absolutely batshit crazy artist.
Mhm.
And I think that was a really big driving factor of the film too, is you had someone like him pushing the art direction and pushing the sort of visual storytelling and the theme of the film. And without him, like you don't have anything, right? I think that's why they didn't really make another Alien film. They started calling it Prometheus and then Covenant. And I this shouldn't be allowed. Shouldn't be allowed. So yeah, that's my thing. Is just fuck you, Ridley Scott. I will fucking fight you.
how old is Ridley Scott? He's probably in his 70s now. Isn't he?
He's 60 something, 70 something. Senile. Put him in a home. Obviously, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Jesus.
Like seriously,
throw him into space with his.
yeah. Put him in
Odds
space. Put him in space. They carve him up like they did to that fucking girl in fucking
Oh my god.
Covenant. I can't even say the name. I don't even want to think about it. Seriously, Ridley Scott, come to my house. I will fucking slap you for what you did to my favorite series.
Jesus.
Oh well, like we're out on the internet. There's a possibility he could hear this. Very
Good.
highly doubted, but
Good.
there's a good possibility he could hear it.
I'll get him to sign my copy of Blade Runner first, and then I'll fucking trunce him.
Jesus.
With the copy of Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the copy of Blade.
The fucking 17 copies that came out of that movie because they couldn't get it right. Jesus. Like the theatrical release, the director's cut, the extended cut, the extended cut, the cut that we couldn't show you, but now we can because it's on Blu-ray. Okay, thanks. Like, I just want one film.
So what you're saying, the Blade Runner is the Street Fighter 2
Oh my god,
of movies.
Yeah. Well, that one I don't blame so much because there was a lot of studio interference. It did like voiceovers and stuff in the theatrical release. It was so bad. It was so goddamn bad. Okay, I passed the potato. Pass the potato.
Pass the potato.
Pass the potato.
All right,
Man,
so
Aaron, you seem to have a lot of thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks a lot of thoughts. We established that last week, remember?
I just really hate when they do bad things and like bad character development and just like you don't care. Like literally, try and go watch Covenant right now. This is my test.
Oh, see you later.
Yeah, all right, guys, we're out.
This is my test. Watch. Go watch Covenant, and then a week later, try and remember any of the characters.
The only part of Alien that I remember is John Hurt.
Yeah, and Ripley.
That's
so
it.
Ripley, Sigourney Weaver.
No, I only remember. Now that you said Sigourney Weaver, I remember her in it, but I remember John Hurt only because he ended up being the War Doctor in Doctor Who.
You are a very strange man. I literally remember every one of those characters. They just stuck with me so well.
I am more strange than you'll ever possibly know.
I believe it. Okay.
All right, now Will, it's your turn. This should be
William.
Before I move on to my movie,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to ask one quick question.
Sure.
Guys, what are your thoughts on COD versus Halo?
On what?
COD, Call of Duty versus Halo.
Oh, dude, those are two totally different gardens, man.
Oh,
That's apples and oranges.
COD versus Halo.
That is another argument that people have, believe it or not.
I can't even compare the two. I personally don't believe Halo exists after the 3 Bungie split.
Okay.
Everything after that isn't Halo. It's trying to keep up appearances. You know what I mean? It's like when your parents divorce, but they try to come together for your graduation, and it just fucking sucks. It's not your family anymore. It's just like,
They just end up arguing behind the school.
And you don't want to have any part of it. Like the storyline went to shit. I grew up on Halo, man. I grew up on that shit. I got that day one when Halo came out. We were jamming that. I was trick jumping. I was glitching. I was learning how to do all the tricks. I was, running ghosts off tanks and doing BMX tricks in Blood Gulch. Like, I was there when all the fucking game variants were invented, when we were doing SWAT before SWAT was even a thing. That one where you run with the brute shot, like zombies, before zombies was a thing, you had to switch teams manually. Like, I was in that shit. And then I played like 4 and 5, and I was like, okay, this is just convoluted and dumb now. Again, all right. Let things die, man. Just let things die.
Just let it die. My opinion on Call of Duty versus Halo is that I don't have an opinion because I have never played any of those games.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Yeah, I've only ever played like zombies. So.
I've never played Call of Duty and I've never played Halo. Only reason why is because I'm not really a first-person shooter type of guy. I can't say I haven't played first-person shooters because when I was a kid, again, going back to that internet cafe, remember the login cafe that we talked about a few episodes back? My buddy Lyle and I, we would go there and play Quake. That was the last time I played a first-person shooter was back when Quake came out. And that was about it. I played...
Back when people knew what Quake was.
That's right. Like, you don't know what Quake is, do you? No. Will?
Not really.
I do.
Yeah. Quake is a first-person shooter, kind of along the same lines as Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of along the same lines as Doom. Aliens. You have these big fancy guns and things like that.
Well, it's the same company, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. It might be. I'm not sure. But I would play Quake and I'd play Duke Nukem. So that was
Loved Duke Nukem.
Yeah, me too. But that's about as far as I've gone for first person shooters. Man. So I really don't have an opinion on
I know for a fact. I know for a fact Quake and Doom and Wolfenstein were all developed by the same company.
Like, I have experiences with Call of Duty because I had friends who her son, I would listen to her son play, and oh my God, the foulness that would come out of his mouth. I've heard stories about people online just going to town, like, fuck this,
Xbox Live was something else.
Oh my God, they're like 10-year-olds on there. Like, I didn't even know you know that word. You know what I mean? It's just
but you know where that comes from. It's because the old kids are saying it, and then they're just copying it. And then 10-year-olds get a free pass because no one's sitting there with them while they're playing it. Could you imagine if you sat there while your 10-year-old played Call of Duty? His verbiage would change pretty quick.
You freaking freak!
No.
Yeah, like, we did that shit too, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, number one,
we did.
You hear messed up stuff. And then number two, like, when you're a kid and you get a microphone and you can talk to somebody that they literally can't have no repercussions for what you say to them, your imagination runs wild.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Totally.
I mean, so it feels different when it's console versus PC, though. Like, when you're saying stuff to some rando on like an Xbox, when you're with your Xbox Live and you're on your Call of Duty or your Halos, or whatever, and like, it feels different when you're doing that compared to like when you're on a multiplayer on the computer for some reason.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know. They're console games, right? Like, the first-person shooters been around for a while. That's a staple.
Yeah, I tend not to play games online, really. So I don't. I've never been a part of the whole name calling and just bad mouthing people online. I just never tend to play games online.
I think Call of Duty is for people who can't play Counter-Strike.
Destroyed.
Ooh.
Bombs are being dropped over here, ladies and gentlemen. Bombs.
Bombs. All right. So do
Oh,
you have
Mom.
do we have another opinion, or do you want to go into your movie?
You know what? I want
What?
to take it somewhere a little bit more wholesome.
A little bit more what?
You cut
Wholesome.
out. Oh, I thought
Wholesome.
you were gonna say something dirty. So good.
No. This is probably the opposite of what you were thinking.
Okay.
Most things
Now-
usually are.
A lot of people have asked me this question. I think more people have asked me this question than any other question.
All right.
Tacos.
Oh, okay. All right.
What? Tacos?
Tacos. Hard shell or soft shell?
Oh God. Both.
Both?
You take a soft tortilla and put it on your plate and eat the hard shell taco over top, so everything that falls out makes a second
I was
taco.
just thinking the same thing, the exact same thing, Aaron.
That's pro strats, buddy. That's
Yeah.
professional strategy right there.
That's like some time-saving strategy.
Yeah,
you
man.
you're speed running tacos.
That's right. You do
Hell
nothing
yeah.
but speed run tacos, man.
Dude,
That's-
I speed run those tacos like nobody's business.
when I was able to eat a lot more, my wife could testify to this because I know she'll be listening. My wife could be testifying.
We're not going
to
to talk about your wife's taco, man. Come on.
No, I'm not going to talk about my wife. That's a totally different podcast. Totally
Whoa,
different.
hold up.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh.
I could easily go through an entire box of hard shells myself.
Just by the
Just the
themselves?
shells.
Just the shells?
Yeah, I would literally just sit there because all they are is just, different shaped tortilla chips. So I would literally just take the shells and just eat them.
Okay, we need that. If we start getting merch for the channel, we're going to get a shirt that just says just the shells.
Yeah.
Just the shell.
Just the shells. Oh man, that would be great. You need to design that, Aaron.
All right.
Design
Just-
that.
The shell and taco speed running.
Just
Yeah.
hashtag taco speedrunning.
World record taco speedrunner.
Yeah. That's
There is
perfect.
an actual world record for sharpening pencils in real life.
Really?
How did
Yeah.
we go from talking about tacos, hard shells, and soft shells to pencil sharpening?
Well, speed runs.
Ah, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So like you have to get like a certain type of pencil. You have to like hold it up to the camera before you like hold them all up to a camera with a ruler before you start. And then there's two categories. There's drillless and drill.
Ooh.
Ooh,
So with one of them you're using a drill to sharpen them, and the other
Mhm.
you're not.
We all know who the real champion of that one is, though. There's probably like a huge rift between the drill and no drill guys.
Oh, definitely. There's a YouTuber, Small Ant 1. He discovered it, and then he decided he would try it, and then by a technicality, he was number 3 in the world.
Oh, that's awesome.
wow.
Are these contestants or world record run holders, achievers? Are they primarily Asian?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
No, that's not for anything. I'm not.
I was gonna say
I'm
that
just-
took a
I
turn
just-
to the left.
I just feel like that's something they would appreciate. Like that seems like it's up their alley. Like I've watched their game shows, and this just to me seems like something they would do. Like it's
Like a minute to win it thing.
it's a very Japanese sounding.
I love
It really is.
Japanese game shows.
They're
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah,
I
they're
love
literally the
Japanese game
best.
shows. They're like we need to bring them over here.
They rock my
More.
socks off, guys.
Do they rock your so? Are they the bee's knees?
They are.
The bee's
Dude,
knees?
it's pretty radical, I must say.
totally tubular.
Totally tubular, bruh.
All right, so my opinion, we're gonna swing back to tacos for a brief second.
Oh, that's right.
My opinion is hard shell.
Hard shell?
I love hard shell.
You're sick.
Sorry, man. I love hard shell tacos. Just
Sick.
hashtag
I'm all about the soft shell, man. I can't.
just the shells, man.
Just the shells.
Yeah.
Just the shells. Just wrap a hard shell in a soft shell and put no
Yeah.
other taco ingredients.
Nothing but shell.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on. What? My brother's being weird.
Oh, so I was gonna say it's just a burglar in Kevin's house.
No, my brother being weird. No. What do you want? Oh, my brother just came in, just gave me the finger and left. That's all he wanted to do.
Oh,
yeah.
Brothers.
Yeah, how kind of him.
Yeah. Last week it was because of his dog, and this week it's because of.
I like how your brother's a reoccurring character that just disrupts in the background.
Normally when we record this, he's like gone out, so he doesn't interrupt me, right? But he's interrupting. But let's go back to the tacos. Are we done? Are we done with the tacos?
I think so.
I think we're done.
Well, what's your opinion on the tacos?
Yeah,
soft shell.
Soft shell.
Soft shell.
No, man, I'm hard shell all the way.
It's easier to hold it, you know. It's easier to taco with soft shell.
All right, Will. What's your movie?
Moment of truth.
What's your movie, man?
All right. So I chose it. This took a bit of thinking.
Okay.
Just to come up with it, because I don't watch a lot of movies, and the movies I do watch are usually standalones.
Some thought juice.
Thought juice, indeed. Not the THOT thought though.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Okay, we're gonna make an energy drink called Thought Juice.
Oh God, gross.
There's nobody here named Josh. Energy drink. Thought juice.
Thought Juice, the official energy drink. No one here named Josh.
Thought Juice. That's funny.
Jesus. Yeah, so I don't really watch a lot of movies, and the movies I do watch are usually standalone stuff. I was thinking of doing Mortal Kombat, but then I decided not to.
Good call. Good call.
So when I was a kid, I was big into like the live action Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh God.
And it was nightmarish, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it. It was.
I honestly think that they should never have made an Alvin and the Chipmunks movie at all. They should have just remained it as a cartoon.
It would have been so much better. I heard like a bit of the story behind the guy who came up with it and how he spent like his last $200 on like a voice changer to do the recordings, and it was damn, you know, like it was.
It just went hard, but yeah,
it had me going.
It paid off, man. Like
the history behind the cartoon itself is amazing. It's absolutely
Oh,
incredible.
Yeah, but that was the going trend, right? They were making everything live action for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like Scooby-Doo.
Oh God, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that was something.
So why? Which Alvin and the Chipmunks movie did you not like? There's been like a million sequels to the first original movie.
Well, the one that really didn't resonate with me when I was a child was Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked. Because their name's got to be a pun.
Yeah, obviously.
You know. So we're gonna ignore the other horrid sequels that were to this horrid movie.
Okay.
We're gonna it's already been established. They're all here. Everything that happened. Don't worry about it. We know that they're all stereotypes.
All right.
We get it.
Okay.
So in this movie, the basic plot is Dave, the Chipmunks, and the Chipettes, because Chipette is a female chipmunk. It is a separate species entirely.
It's a separate species.
Hey man, they were in the original cartoon. So
it's true. They're going on a cruise, and then
like a chipmunk does.
Yeah, as chipmunks do.
As
talking, singing chipmunks do.
There's a whole cruise ship line, you know, just for chipmunks.
They stopped with segregation a long time ago, Kevin.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry.
At least chipmunk segregation.
I was very racist against chipmunks just then. I'm sorry.
Chipmunks are allowed to enjoy the perils of the ocean just like the rest of us.
Yes. Okay, continue.
So, obviously, Alvin the Troublemaker makes some trouble.
Okay.
As he does.
As he does.
I don't remember so much of what happened. in this movie. It all feels like a fever dream. I had to look it up to make sure it was real.
I love how we barely do any research. I feel so bad.
Yeah, I did. This is all from memory.
I always go into this thing just being like, "Oh, dude, I've seen these a million times. I know my shit." And he's like, "It was directed by."
It was directed by that guy.
The guy that directs it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know any of the actors or who directed this or anything, by the way. All I know is kind of vaguely what happened.
We do so much research on There's Nobody Here Named Josh.
All I know is the pain it caused.
Basically.
We do so much research here, our crack research team.
We need a research guy.
We do need a research guy. We do need one, but we're only 6 episodes in. We don't quite have the budget for that.
Get my buddy Ross in on this. He'll do all the research. It's good.
We're not high class enough for research.
We're not high class enough yet. Not yet.
Yeah, he causes some trouble, and then Dave's like, "Shit, I gotta go apologize." So he goes and has a dinner with the captain, and then some dude in a seagull mascot like bumps into him, and then hot soup gets on his crotch because that's funny.
It's the whole hot soup on the crotch bit, huh?
I think you really glossed over the mask part.
Glossed the what part?
You glossed over the seagull mask part.
The seagull costume. So it does say mask. No, it's a whole mascot. Like it's
because guys.
So it's like he's dressed up in a full body seagull suit.
Yeah.
Is the seagull the mascot of the ship?
Yeah, like fucking why?
Yeah.
I assume.
Out of all the fucking animals in the world for a cruise ship, it has to be a seagull?
The flying rat they chose.
Oh my god.
It's better than the ibis though, so it's good.
No, it's not.
No, it is.
What the fuck is an ibis?
It's a bird in Australia that everyone hates.
Oh.
Let's look that up. Not a lot of people know what an ibis is. Let's find.
There's actually a whole song about the ibis and how it sucks.
Let's find a picture of this.
Dude, everything in Australia sucks.
Everything in Australia wants to kill you.
Yeah, that's literally the island that God hates. Like everything there will kill you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I have relatives in Australia.
I think that's why Australian people are so awesome. They have to survive on that island. They're just so badass, but so nonchalant.
Okay, so...
Oh, yeah, there's the, That's the huntsman spider. It might be the size of a fucking bowling ball, but it kills the pests.
Yeah, don't sniff that flower. If you sniff that flower, you'll have paints and die. Why do you keep it in your house? It's pretty. What the fuck?
It's pretty, yeah.
I like the way it looks. That's not even Australian. Oh god, we just
So this dude in a big like full body seagull costume bumps into Dave, and he gets hot soup on his dick, which is very unfortunate. So he steps out.
Sounds like a movie I made
outside entirely, and he starts wiping down his pants, and then the seagull comes out and just stares at him for a few seconds, and then the mask comes off, and we see that it's just Ian.
It's who?
It's who?
Yeah. So with the context of the other live action films, it's he used to be a big record producer, and then he like kidnapped the Chipmunks. And then made them go all corporate and shit.
Oh, so
he's the big baddie.
Yeah, he's
okay. All right.
The corporate slime ball.
Yeah. There's the ibis in our Discord. Thanks, Kev.
No problem.
I'm gonna take a look at this. Oh, what is that? Jesus, it looks like a burnt testicle on a stick.
That's the Australian ibis. So the guy bumps into him, and I'm assuming at the end the guy in the seagull suit gets his comeuppance, and everybody saves the day.
Well, it goes a little bit more weird than that.
Okay.
Because they don't stay on the ship forever. It's called Chipwrecked. Not shipwrecked, Chipwrecked, which means the chipmunks are wrecked, of course.
Okay.
Get wrecked.
So seagull, Ian and Dave have a little thing, like back and forth, like, you ruined me. You kidnapped my children. They're not your children. They're wild animals.
So it's a real, like, will they, won't they thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
You kidnapped my children.
Your children are chipmunks.
Your eyes are so beautiful. I never noticed before.
What would you do to change the movie?
Oh, this ain't done. This is just the summary, boy.
Yeah, it hasn't even gotten to the premise.
We keep like getting so sidetracked because it's so wild.
That's what we do here. Man. That's what we do.
We're from now on we're gonna call it ibising.
Ibising.
Yeah. We keep not derailing. We're getting ibised.
Yeah, we're full ibis.
So, the next day, there's some shenanigans with a kite, and the kite is a hang glider for chipmunks, and then the string, I guess someone drops a string, and then all the chipmunks and the chipettes, they're in the ocean, and then they find an island, and they swim to the island. And now they're on an island with a crazy person that also lives there.
Tom Hanks.
For some reason.
I was going to say, is it Tom Hanks?
Is it Tom Hanks?
No, it's some random chick that we've never heard of or care about.
Oh, it's a woman.
Yeah.
Very progressive.
Okay.
And of course, the first night on the island, they all sing Kumbaya together.
Of course.
As one does.
Mm-hmm.
When you get trapped on the island, first thing that's like
they find the woman, and then they find out that she's batshit crazy and draws like little faces on different spherical objects known as balls.
Who's
so,
ball?
I was trying to avoid that.
Well,
I knew it wasn't going to work.
As long as it's not a bloody handprint on their balls.
So it's like it's a Castaway joke that they're trying to make there, or
I think so.
Did Castaway rip this off?
There's a football, there's a basketball, soccer ball.
Oh yeah, it's
baseball.
a Castaway joke. Well, hey, I mean, I don't blame her. You're on a desert island. You got to make friends, right?
Yeah, but they talk to her, and all the voices are in her head, and it's kind of weird.
Oh, so she's schizophrenic as fuck.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So, to just jump a million miles, like ahead, and this is again kind of fucking weird. There's super duper crazy expensive lost treasure somewhere underground that this woman couldn't get to because that hole that she saw the treasure in was chipmunk sized.
Oh, convenient.
How convenient is that?
How convenient.
The magic
big
of
twist,
the plot.
Yeah, the big twist is that she's going to use the chipmunks to get the gold. Back at the ship, Dave has realized that his fur babies are gone.
Oh, no.
He's a terrible parent.
He is.
He really is off. I think he was asleep when all this was going on too.
Of course.
Horrible. He's literally one of the most horrible parents out there.
Yeah. So, like he gets into some weird, like incident thing with Ian, and then now Dave and Ian are off the boat and stranded, and they decide, well, let's start swimming. So, and then they find the same island, but they're on the other side of the island because the ship just went complete full circle around the island for some reason. So now it's a whole thing of, will the chipmunks be okay before Ian and Dave get to them?
Dun, dun, dun.
And then there's a volcano that goes off on the island, and they all have to leave, and they make some makeshift raft out of random
treasure
stuff that they've found. And then Alvin with a pocket knife decides to signal a helicopter at the very end, and then they're saved. And then everyone is happy, including the schizophrenic woman.
Did they get the treasure?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Oh, wow. Then it was all for naught.
Yeah.
They went the whole thing in this chipmunk-sized hole, and this woman goes schizophrenic because she can't see a treasure, and it's a chipmunk-sized hole, and she finally gets chipmunks, and she doesn't get the treasure?
I feel like if I was a sentient chipmunk, I would definitely get that treasure.
I would have.
I think Alvin wanted it, but Alvin couldn't be Alvin because Simon got bit by a spider.
Oh.
Simon got bit by a what?
A spider.
A spider. What, did he get spider powers?
Okay, so here's where here are my issues with the movie now. Okay. Simon got bit by a spider, and he's able to perfectly identify what kind of spider it is, despite it not being from anywhere near where he is.
Okay.
And he's able to say, "Oh, that spider's venom had neurotoxins in it." And normally
The fuck?
When you hear that, you think, oh, he's gonna die because he's a chipmunk and there's a poison. No, instead, and this is fucking crazy. Instead, Simon becomes a French dude named Simone.
Wait. So all these years of us thinking that when you get bit by a spider, you get spider powers and you can cling onto walls. All these years, it's actually you become a French dude?
Yeah, you become a French dude with a French version of your name. So Simon is Simone, and he's an adventurer who's a lady killer.
He gets a brain disorder.
Fucking basically.
I love how, that's not how neurotoxins work.
No.
And also, suck out the poison.
Yeah. No, that can't happen. No, he's
No.
So
instead
again,
they wrap a leaf around it and then they go to sleep and then they wake up and Simon is Simone.
I would love to see the real version of that movie where they do that and they wake up and he's dead.
I would have loved it.
Oh, what happened? Well, he was bit by a spider, you idiot.
And you're a fucking chipmunk.
Yeah.
And you're a chipmunk.
What's even better is this schizophrenic lady who sees talking chipmunks would have to explain to these chipmunks that, oh, well, you see, you're a fucking chipmunk.
Yeah.
And you got bit by a death spider.
I feel like she would probably take advantage of that situation and be like, well, you got bit because you didn't get my treasure, so better hurry up and get my treasure.
Yeah, there's the cure for it's down there. Go get the treasure.
So just another example of absolutely terrible writing.
So yeah, like basically the chipmunks have to like switch roles around. So now Alvin's the responsible one, which is really weird to see. There's also a meerkat on these islands, on this island rather. There's just meerkats just chilling. No one knows how they got there. They're just there.
Wow.
Honey badger. I don't know. It's something.
Because why not?
Yeah, because why not? When Ian and Dave get on the island, Ian goes fucking insane after like 5 minutes and threatens to eat the chipmunks. Which is kind of funny, I guess.
This movie's getting better and better and better by the minute.
Yeah, I think I kind of need to see this. And this is a live action one?
Yeah, a live action. Yeah.
Was it
CGI?
still...
Yeah.
Yeah, was it still Buddy playing Dave?
I think so.
Yeah,
the same guy that was doing it throughout. The guy that was in Mallrats. What the hell?
Yeah, I just looked.
I think
it
it
up.
Was.
I just looked it up. I got rid of it.
Anyway, yeah. So the ending.
Jesus.
The ending of the movie, like they get rescued and they're at a concert, and then we see like Dave, Ian, and that crazy schizophrenic lady I don't remember the name of, and they're all just chilling. They're all happy with each other.
Jason Lee. Jason Lee is Dave. Jason Lee.
Yeah, that's Jason Lee. I like him, and that's a shame to see he did those terrible movies. And they have to. They have to have a happy ending, right? Like it's a kid's movie.
Yeah, it has to. You can't have a movie past 2010 that has a non-happy ending.
I like how we went from the defecation of a landmark piece of cinema to Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Wait till we get to my movie.
My thing is so lighthearted.
Which was obviously, people who listen to this, people know that I'm a Mortal Kombat fan, and so people know
spoilers.
People know what my movie is.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything until we got to yours. But Kevin is why I didn't choose.
We didn't get the resolve. What would you do different? What would you do different?
What would you do different, man?
So, I thought that just not making it wouldn't be an option. But then Aaron did it, so
breaking all the rules.
Frankly, I wouldn't have done it.
You wouldn't have done it?
I wouldn't have. It's like I haven't seen anything else from Alvin and the Chipmunks since. I don't know if I just don't remember it. I don't know if they just kind of stopped.
There is another movie after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the last one, or?
I don't know. There is another movie. I looked it up. Yeah.
Okay. So they milked the fuck out of it.
They did.
When they didn't need to.
It was probably one of those direct to DVD movies.
Yeah, I think it was.
Further into it.
Me.
Okay, so before we get to my movie, we're gonna go because it's already been over an hour that we've been talking. It's awesome.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So before we get to my movie, we are
Fucking told you.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna go and we are going to do the audience interaction.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so earlier this week I posted on our Facebook page that I said, "Hey, episode 6 is coming up. We want to know your opinion.
Send us naked pictures of yourself.
Send us naked. Yes, please do that.
Please do not
send it. I'll give you Aaron. If you do that, I'll give you Aaron's direct email.
Do not send me nudes.
Yeah, I'll give you Aaron's direct email to his work.
So
I'll give you his work email.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Our podcast email is there's no job.
Yeah.
We do have a podcast email, actually. I can give that out.
Oh yeah, it's Yahoo, isn't it?
It is.
Oh,
Yahoo.
that's right. It is Yahoo.
So I put on here, episode 6 is coming up and we want to know your opinion. Can you name one really bad sequel and why it was bad? And I said it could be a movie sequel, a book sequel, a video game sequel, as long as it follows up an already amazing thing.
Awesome.
So we have the first answer here is from Jocelyn.
Hi, Jocelyn.
Hello. Jocelyn.
Thank you for your comment.
She says all the sequels were bad. Like I spoke to her in length about this on Facebook. All sequels are bad except Kill Bill 2, Home Alone 2, Frozen 2, Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, and Neverending Story 2.
Oh, Neverending Story 2 was terrible.
Yeah, apparently she thought they were all. Neverending Story 2 was good.
I mean, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. How do you get lost in New York? Bitch, it's a grid system.
Also, what about Back to the Future? Or, like, Escape from L.A.?
Well,
Back to the Future 2 was all right. You know, it could have been better, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse. Number 3 was
great.
Yeah.
Godfather 2 was the better film.
Yeah, well, that's what Jocelyn's her opinion.
Jocelyn.
Yeah,
Jocelyn.
Her opinion.
Blair.
Hey!
Same guy from last week. Blair. He said Highlander 2. Right?
Yes.
Right, Aaron?
Oh God. Blair.
Highlander 2.
That was gonna be my pick, Blair. That was gonna be my pick, but I had seen some alien shit recently, and it refueled my hatred and my rage. I agree with you 100%. Highlander 2 was absolute trash.
As a fan of Highlander, I've been a fan of Highlander for quite some time now. We don't talk about that movie.
No,
we don't talk about that movie.
The first.
I actually have.
It resolved itself.
I have a comment on my post that I shared there.
Okay.
From Dingo.
All right, Dingo.
He says the insanity that was Caddyshack 2.
Yeah. Also Fletch 2 is really good.
Really bad movie.
Caddyshack, yeah.
Really, really bad movie.
Still.
The next one we have down is from Shannon.
Shannon.
Says pretty much any of the Paranormal Activity sequels.
Oh, yeah, really. None of those should have been made.
Yeah, she said they were bad because they lacked the authenticity of the first one, and that storyline should have never continued on. That's what she said.
Yeah, good call. I mean, after the first sort of the gimmick like loses its thing. It's like, how many times can you keep just being like, oh, it's a ghost?
Now the last one that we have is from Rob, and he says Dumb and Dumberer.
Yeah, good call, bud. Good call.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumberer.
I agree.
Yeah, that was the one with. Now, Dumb and Dumberer, like I've only seen the first Dumb and Dumberer.
Yeah.
The Dumb and Dumberer, is that the one with Jim Carrey, or is that the sequel that they did without Jim Carrey in it?
No, it's with Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey. Okay,
because they did another Dumb and Dumber movie without Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, no, it was like them as kids. Yeah, we don't acknowledge that one.
Yeah, we don't
speak of it.
Dumb and Dumberer is like technically the sequel. The Dumb and Dumber one with it was like them as young like teenagers or something. So yeah, I think that like literally hit the press for a day, and that was it. Yeah, I agree. That was the same dumb hackneyed jokes, just over the top crappy acting. Like it was like look at them being idiots again.
All right, so that was it for our audience interaction moment of the podcast. you guys obviously, and everyone obviously knows that I am a giant Mortal Kombat fan. And we talked about
I would have
this.
never guessed.
We never guessed.
Whoa.
We would have.
You, a fan of Mortal Kombat?
What?
Since
Surprise.
when? Since
Yeah.
when?
I thought you were a bigger
We talked
fan
about
of
this
Street
in our
Fighter.
oh, that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. We talked about this in our
Dude gets hard for Soul Calibur, man.
yeah. No man. I get hard for Virtua Fighter. Oh God, Virtua Fighter.
Jesus.
What was that? What was it? Killer Instinct? Remember that one?
Killer Instinct, Primal Rage.
Primal Rage.
Fucking dinosaurs fighting each other.
Yeah, dude.
Anyways, my choice is, we talked about this in our first podcast, Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Okay.
Ugh.
I want to scream.
Here
like
we
that.
go.
I watched it back to back, and
Here
it
we
was,
go.
Don't ever do it.
Okay. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. It's the second movie to the. It's supposed to have been a 3-movie thing. Thank God it wasn't.
Yeah, because they did such
it
a
actually?
bad job.
It was supposed to be a trilogy of movies, but thank God it wasn't. Okay, so we're going to go off the little bit of the storyline here. Mortal Kombat, the first movie, it ended with Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade and Liu Kang and Raiden and Kitana all celebrating at this Wuxi Academy or whatever, and then all of a sudden Shao Kahn blows up the building and says, "You weak, pathetic fools, I've come for your souls." And then, Raiden goes, "I don't think so." And then they do this fight pose. Yeah, they do this big fight pose.
Kombat.
And then movie ends. Right. That's the first movie. They left it there. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you knew the plot line of Mortal Kombat, that's when Shao Kahn supposed to have come in, was the second part, right? Because we got Shao Kahn as the main bad guy at the end of the second part of Mortal Kombat. So that was the only redeeming thing.
Right.
Only redeeming thing. That Shao Kahn came in when he was supposed to. So Mortal Kombat Annihilation is actually supposed to be an adaptation of the third Mortal Kombat game, which is red flag number 1. If you're going to do a second Mortal Kombat movie, make it after the second fucking Mortal Kombat game.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Don't put Mortal Kombat 3 characters in a Mortal Kombat 2 game, in a Mortal Kombat 2 movie. You just don't do that. Don't do that.
I would like to see the correlation between the release dates. Maybe the second or the third game was out when they started making the second movie, and so they decided...
It came out, I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now, it came out November 21st, 1997, and I believe Mortal Kombat 3 was already out by then.
Right, so that's why I'm thinking.
That does make sense, right?
So they would have had to put a bunch of the characters in there so that the kids will understand what the movie's about. How are they going to know it's a Mortal Kombat movie if we don't put in the right characters?
Well, all the characters were in there, though. Like, all the original characters were in there. In Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, on Mortal Kombat Annihilation, every character from the Mortal Kombat 2 video game was in there except one. And I don't understand why this one...
Joe Bob, the Rage Farmer.
That's it right there. How did you know? He was a secret character.
No, he was my favorite.
Like, Liu Kang was in the movie, Johnny Cage was in the movie, Reptile...
Briefly.
I don't think we can say that Johnny Cage was in the movie.
Yeah.
He appeared in a couple frames.
He was barely in the movie.
But he was
he
there.
Did a cool green screen pose for 5 seconds.
He did, yeah. Sub-Zero. Oh, sorry, two. Two characters were not in the movie. Kitana, Jax, Melina, Baraka, Scorpion, and Raiden. Those were the ones that were in the movie. The two main Mortal Kombat characters, one of them was a goddamn sub-boss, for crying out loud. Shang Tsung, even though he was killed, quote-unquote, in the first movie, they could have brought him back for the second movie. They totally could have done it. And the second one who was in it, who played a key part in the Mortal Kombat 2 video game, was fucking Kung Lao. Like, why wasn't Kung Lao in this movie?
Well, because we can't have two Asian lead characters.
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Because the audience would get confused if we had two male Asians fighting people.
Yeah, it would.
I'm channeling my inner. And he's like, I'm sorry. The most we can give you is one Asian guy. That's it.
Okay, so
I hate how right you are.
Yeah, I know. I know. So Shao Kahn comes, he opens a portal to Earthrealm, right?
Hell yeah.
He resurrected Queen Sindel, which wasn't the plot. Yeah. Shao Kahn all of a sudden just turns into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Now that would be a character.
Starting to throw elbows and Slim Jims at Kung Lao.
NetherRealm is mine, brother.
So it's the second Mortal Kombat movie, but it's the plotline of Mortal Kombat 3, which again is a fucking red flag, right?
Confused.
So if they were going to do Mortal Kombat 3, they needed to have done it right? Yeah. So the plotline: Shao Kahn opens a portal to Earthrealm, resurrects Sindel. Princess Katana's mom, which is weird, but and so Liu Kang and the rest of them, who all get recasted, by the way, with the exception of Katana and Liu Kang. Yeah, every single other character from the original movie got recasted.
Yeah, which was a bummer.
Not a good.
Not a good thing.
Not a good call.
Not a good thing.
Not a good call, especially for like a direct sequel that was supposed to take off exactly when the first movie ended.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I noticed was the difference in, like, the very glaring difference in Sonya Blade. Like, I actually did have to jump back. Yeah. Like, wait, I'm not misremembering this immediately, am I?
No. But then they replaced her with like a vastly less well-known actress.
Yeah, Sandra Hess. I have no idea what she's done since.
I've never seen her in anything else.
I'm actually going to Google her really quick.
I'm looking at her right here. She's known as her role as Sonya Blade in the film Mortal Kombat Annihilation and as Lieutenant Alexandria Ice Jensen in the TV series Pensacola Wings of Gold. Because I've never heard of that.
Okay. Cool.
Pensacola Wings of Gold. So they replace Raiden with fucking James Remar. They replaced Christopher Lambert as Raiden with James Remar. You know who James Remar is?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
No idea.
Aaron, have you ever seen the movie The Warriors?
Yeah.
Ajax in The Warriors from 1979. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Black Lightning.
A really weird.
He's in Black Lightning, yes.
Yeah, it's a really weird call.
Yeah, and
he's in Dexter in 48 Hours too.
Yeah, and it's just this whole movie where, and the one thing that I don't understand about the one thing that really, really sticks out, a couple things actually really, really stick out, but the one thing that really, really sticks out about Mortal Kombat Annihilation is that this was supposed to be the plotline of Mortal Kombat 3, then why the fuck is Shinnok in this movie? Why is Shinnok in this movie? Like, I don't understand. Shinnok was the bad guy from Mortal Kombat 4.
What the hell?
Wait.
Why was Shinnok in this movie? And why did they want to do Raiden and Shao Kahn as fucking brothers?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I really didn't like those though.
No. Like,
Raiden
and Shinnok as brothers. Sorry, Raiden and Liu Kang as brothers.
We're brothers.
And that Shinnok is their dad.
Ew.
Yeah. Shinnok and Raiden and Shao Kahn are all related. No, that's not the way that fucking goes. That's not the way that goes.
It's just one big nasty family.
That's not the way that goes. And if they were going to do Mortal Kombat, they had to do the fucking characters right. Like when Jake,
remember the Elementals, like the awful friggin' CGI.
oh,
It was just like,
just every time you mention, I just go, ugh. Just oh my
like
god.
The first film had some amazing practicals, and then it was just like, here's some floating goo.
And
I do love like the very premiere style keyframed.
Now,
Oh, God, yeah.
now there was a couple good things about it, man. There was a couple good things, but we'll go there. We'll go there later.
Okay.
But you know, like Shao Kahn and Raiden are brothers, and Shinnok's their dad. No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Incorrect, but okay.
Literally,
incorrect.
just how do we jam as many characters as we can so the kids will want to watch it?
And those fucking wind ball things.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Wind ball things where
Yeah.
they stick them in this giant hamster fucking ball.
We use these geothermal tubes to travel around the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
No,
what the hell?
no.
Oh, that's real cool.
That's no.
I mean, or you could just take a fucking plane.
Well, no, they're in Outworld, right?
Oh, okay.
They're in Outworld. So
they
not.
can't have a normal mode of transportation.
They can't have a. Yeah.
Subterranean
Can't have cars.
hamster balls of death.
The hamster balls of death, pretty much. And
Lean to the right, or we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Lean to the right.
Where are the safety protocols with your death balls? Like,
so that's
I would
one
like to
thing.
know who designed those.
And the other thing is Jax. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh no! Don't. No.
In the game, the actor in the game, okay, the game had like probably like millions of dollars less in budget than this movie did. Okay, the budget was $30 million for Mortal Kombat Annihilation. $30 million, okay?
Oof.
I can guarantee you the game was made for not even a quarter of that.
Oh yeah,
Right?
easily.
That's not about right.
In the game, they painted the actors' arms to look like metal.
Yeah, because it was like all mocap stuff, or not mocap, but like they literally just did video capture
in front of green screen. Yeah, but they painted their arms with a $30 million budget. Couldn't they have done something a little bit better than just cyberized like sleeves?
Well, that's
You have this shiny plastic just around your arms. They make you stronger. Oh, but you don't need them.
But that's not right, though. That's not right.
Jax didn't have sleeves.
Jax had to have his arms ripped off by Ermac. That was the plot line for MK3, right? Jax was in MK2, but he had normal arms. So if you're going to give him, if you were to go into Mortal Kombat 2 or Mortal Kombat 3, it's fine. You want to do Mortal Kombat 3? Wonderful. But make the characters as close to the game as you can.
Yeah, instead of spending your $30 million budget on terrible special effects.
Like, fucking paint the actors' arms, at least, to make them look metal.
Like, yeah, anything other than
get silver
sleeves.
paint and it would be better.
That's exactly what they did for the fucking game. They just painted. I've seen pictures.
Okay, let's be real. I feel like they had the $30 million budget and Buddy came on with fucking paint on his arms. People would have lost their minds a hell of a lot more.
Then
shitty cyber suit.
I actually would have laughed. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, you imagine how shitty that would look.
Well, it probably would have just added to the shittiness of the overall
paint.
movie.
He's like, yeah, I'm Jax.
Would have been added to the already shittiness of the movie in the first place.
Yeah. But like, they wouldn't have even had to say anything. You know, that's the weird part. Is if they just had him have metal arms and not said anything, everyone would have been like, "Oh, that's Jax, the guy with metal arms."
That's
but
right.
No, they had to include a scene where he's like, "I better put these on," whoa, and it's like, what? Why?
Well, no. The scene is that Sonya went and saved him from the laboratory, and he was lying on a gurney. Right?
Yeah, okay,
he was lying on a gurney, and she pulls back the thing, and here he's laying on this bed with these things on his arms, and so
then perfect right there. So he's got metal arms, but they had to go that's the thing I don't get about movies like this, where they go the extra mile to make it shittier.
It was
Instead
just
of
really,
yeah, instead of just being like, oh, he's got metal armor. No,
and
they put these things on me, and I can take them off if I really want.
now back in 1997, the one thing that really bothered me, and I mentioned this in our first time mentioning this thing, was how they made a certain character very sexual. Now,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm all up for titties, right? Titties, they're great, but when you introduce a character,
Aaron.
that was great. When you introduce a character and you have this like pretty much loincloth bra and
it
is generous to call it a bra.
You know what I mean? Like this.
Was this Jade?
Jade.
Yeah.
It was Jade. And it was literally the first thing that came to my mind when I was sitting there in the theater with my buddy Lyle. The first thing I yelled out, and I swear I did this in the middle of the theater, I yelled out porno combat.
Awesome. And that's when Kevin decided what he was going to do with his life.
Probably.
There's absolutely no need for that.
No, that's so bad. But that's again, like, right? It's things where it's like, oh, sex sells, so we make her sexy.
Yeah,
that's what they want to see, right? They want to see sexy. It's like, dude, this is like video game movie, bro. Like, why? Why did that need to be a thing?
And she was the only Asian chick in it.
Yeah, it's like, did they think that she was going to be the next like Leia?
Oh my god, she was.
Yeah, she was the only Asian woman in the whole movie, and they had to sexualize her.
See,
there's a few Asian dudes, but like, she's the only Asian woman.
Yep, she's the only Asian woman. Okay, so the one character that I sort of liked the way he was portrayed, and he wasn't even in the movie for very long.
Oh, my boy,
Nightwolf.
Oh no, never mind.
Who'd you think it was?
Cyrax.
Cyrax. Okay, so sorry, 2. So Cyrax.
Yeah, Cyrax. My boy.
Cyrax was good. Cyrax was good. I liked his costume.
He looked good.
He looked good. The fight was okay. He was pretty stiff as a cyborg would be.
Yeah, but I didn't like how stiff they made him, but the fight was but he looked cool, and that's what
I liked Nightwolf.
He was pretty like spot on, I think, for
at least they got the character right.
Yeah.
At least they got an actual Native American actor to play the Native American character.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give them credit for really sort of like not whitewashing their casting, which is good.
Like who played him? I think it was Light Wolf or something like that. I forget his name. Yeah.
The irony in a Native American character named Light Wolf playing a character named Night Wolf would be so fucking ridiculous.
Lightfoot.
Lightfoot.
There it is.
A character named Lightfoot played Nightwolf.
And he's like super Native American then.
Yeah, and he did the role perfectly. He did the role perfectly.
Yeah, no, he did. He crushed it. He absolutely crushed it.
Yeah.
And Nightwolf is a dope character. Like,
he was really, really, really good. Okay, so in the end, Liu Kang...
It doesn't even matter?
Doesn't even matter. In the end,
it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
That's how we feel after recording this from these movies.
So, okay. What I would do to change this movie up,
make it non-existent.
No, I'm not going to go down. I'm not going to go down that route.
He's not going to cop out.
I'm not going to cop out.
I originally wasn't going to either, and then I saw that Aaron did it, and I was like, "Well, that's easier."
No, I'm not going to cop out.
It's only because mine was like a pseudo sequel, and it already had like 14 films. Like realistically,
so was mine though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm not going to cop out. I'm not going to cop out.
Fix it, Big Daddy.
What, Big Daddy?
All right.
Not the first time I've been called that.
Damn.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I would make it more along the lines of Mortal Kombat 2, like the game. That's what I would do. Like I would Hollywoodize the game, like not make it exactly as the plot line of the game, because the plot line of the game was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like
but follow the story.
But follow the story for fuck's
Yeah.
sakes, and put the characters where they're supposed to be. Like in Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, there should have been no Cyrax. There should have been
That
no
was such a genuine for fuck's sakes. I haven't heard anything more genuine than that, I think, in the last while.
Yeah, there should have been no Cyrax. There should have been no Nightwolf. There should have been no Shiva, for God's fuck's sakes. Shiva and Mutaro and Sindel, those people should not have been in Mortal Kombat 2, the movie. They should not have been in Mortal Kombat 2, the movie.
No. Just
no.
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 Throwing a temper tantrum. No.
No.
They spent a lot of money with the Goro character in the first movie. Okay.
Yeah, and it was dope.
That Goro character was amazing. That was a guy with his bottom two arms were a guy, and I've seen pictures of this whole contraption made by, sat on his shoulders and made by Industrial Light and Magic and things like that. It just made Goro come to life. Right?
Yeah, like the first movie was dope. Like that was a video game movie, man. Like that was sick.
Why couldn't they have done the same thing and put Kintaro in it?
I did actually find myself getting more like bored with watching the second movie and wanting to tab out and just do anything else.
Why couldn't they have put Kintaro in this movie? Like it wouldn't even be so bad.
Well, because we already had a guy with arms, we can't have that again. We got to get the guy that's half a horse. Bring him in.
Like Mutaro should not have been in it. Sindel should not have been in it. Rain should not have been in it. Shiva should not have been in it. Shinnok.
What the fuck was up with Reptile?
Yeah, that felt kind of pointless to me when I saw it.
That Reptile fight. I don't understand why they made Reptile CGI.
Yeah, that whole time.
Reptile was an actual reptilian type creature. Like I forget the name of the creature off the top of my head.
I think my favorite thing is that they announced him.
Reptile.
Yeah, I know. He busts through the wall, and his theme song kicks off, and all you hear is Reptile. Who said that?
It's not like we don't know who this character is.
It's just
for the kids who are watching it who don't entirely know what's going on. Sure, whatever, I get it.
Just letting Liu Kang know.
Who actually did say Reptile?
It's in the sound. Like it's in the soundtrack.
It is.
He's got his own theme, and that's in.
Yeah.
And it's like they just
seriously.
Yeah, the song is dope though. The song.
I don't understand why they did it to just Reptile though. They couldn't have done it with any other character. Like Liu Kang should have been
Zero.
Liu Kang should have been Liu Kang, and I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Like why? Like
at least that would have made it. Okay, it just came out of nowhere, and all I could think of was that there's just like some guy off screen that we didn't get to see, and he knows who it is. And he's like, oh. It's Reptile.
Reptile. Yeah.
He's like,
he had to say it in like his Batman voice.
I owe him $50. Ooh.
I would have made it. I would have made it more like Mortal Kombat 2, the game.
Reptile.
Right. Like the entire game takes place in Outworld. So they did that. The original game took place on Shang Tsung's island, but Mortal Kombat 2 takes place in Outworld. So they got that one right. That it took place in Outworld.
Which is dope. Great for a new locale.
Absolutely. Awesome. Absolutely great. But they should have brought in and Noob Saibot was in the fucking movie too. I completely forgot that Noob Saibot was in Mortal Kombat. Kombat. He was there.
They had like a big roundup. It's like the climax of the movie where there's like 30 people standing around.
Yeah, like it was just they should have made it a lot closer. They should have put Shang Tsung in the game in the movie.
Can we talk real quickly about the animality?
Oh,
Oh, I was gonna bring that up if you weren't going to. All of a sudden, Liu Kang is scaly.
I was getting there. In Mortal Kombat 2, they did introduce. No, sorry. Mortal Kombat 3 was animalities. Yeah. In Mortal Kombat 3, they introduced the animality, and Liu Kang's animality was a dragon.
Yeah, like the logo. That dragon.
Yeah, it was the dragon. He would come down, bite half of his character off, half the opponent off, and then transform back into Liu Kang.
Which is dope.
Which is great. And the whole subplot line of Nightwolf getting Liu Kang to find his animality. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. That subplot line. But
so I have a quick question.
Sure.
This movie, it came out in 97.
97, yeah.
Okay. So I looked up the release date for Mortal Kombat 3
because
I know you said there was a lot of shit from that and a little bit from, I think you said Mortal Kombat 4?
There was a little bit of a plot line that was supposed to be for Mortal Kombat 4, but it got cut out. The only thing that remained from Mortal Kombat 4 was Shinnok.
Mm-hmm.
So Mortal Kombat 4 came out October 15th, 97, and Mortal Kombat 3 looks like it came out in 1995.
Yeah.
So I think the big thing that the studio wanted to do is like, let's get these characters that everyone knows and stick them in the second movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is exactly what made the whole movie wrong. It's exactly what made the sequel to one of the best video game movies of all time wrong. It was just
one Google search has shown exactly what the problem was.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and the terrible writing.
Yeah.
If they just would have tried to successfully abridge the 3 games, sort of streamline the story, have it start on Earth there, and then they go to another realm for a while, and then it continues on to where third and games go. They could have streamlined it.
The third game takes place on Earth and Outworld at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's because the third game's plot line was that Shao Kahn brings back Sindel, and he's merging the 2 realms.
And makes her his slave?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's just kill this whole thing with a new Mortal Kombat game where all the deaths are canon, so there's just 2 guys left.
Yeah. I love the idea. It's like, I brought your mother back from the dead so I could bang her. It's like, ew, dude. That. That's literally a plot in that movie. It's just you're the princess, but
there's a word for that too.
Now your mother's back; she's the queen, and I will be king, and we will make royal babies.
And some of the characters in this whole thing, Brian Thompson played Shao Kahn,
and he's awesome. He's in so many crazy movies where he just plays
right.
Ridiculous.
I was really hoping that you were just going to leave Brian Thompson. That one extra you see in the way back, he was the best part.
Yeah. Brian Thompson. He played Shao Kahn, and he did it.
Stuff.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I think he did great Shao Kahn.
I have to disagree with you.
I mean, he took the helmet off, which I think he probably shouldn't have done. Right? They had a habit of doing that. I think if he stayed in costume, it would have been dope.
If he would have stayed with the helmet on, I think I would have agreed. Because in Mortal Kombat 2, we didn't know what Shao Kahn actually looked like. We didn't know what Shao Kahn actually looked like until Mortal Kombat 3.
Oh, I didn't know he ever actually...
Yeah, he does take his helmet off. There's and he's half dragon or something. The top half of his face is all scaly and things like that.
Oh, that's
cool. So
it's pretty
because Brian Thompson's big enough. He's a muscly dude. So
back then he was pretty good. He had the body for Shao Kahn. I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
But No, I didn't like him as Shao Kahn. I did not like him.
Well,
as Shao Kahn at all.
because his mouth is so big. He's like got a Julia Roberts mouth, where he's just every time he's doing his lines, he's like, well, Reagan, I'm your brother, Reagan. Why? It's like, oh my God, shut up. like I can't take your lines. Like your
Okay,
face.
so what I would do to change the Mortal Kombat 2 the movie, I would actually make it into Mortal Kombat 2 the movie. Like I wouldn't, as I said before, I wouldn't go exactly as the plot line of the second game, because I don't want a carbon copy of the game
No, yeah,
into
just
a
like
movie.
a
But
proper adaptation of the story.
A proper adaptation of the second Mortal Kombat. This is supposed to be the second Mortal Kombat. So it's the second tournament that really is not supposed to be there because Earthrealm won the first one, but then some form of treachery happens and the second one happens.
Yeah, but he's cheating, right? So yeah,
He's cheating. So,
that's a great plot for a movie.
It is. And I would have kept Shao Kahn in it because he was legitimately the bad guy from Mortal Kombat 2.
I feel bad for making fun of Brian Thompson now.
I would have kept him in there. But I would have removed Mutaro. Mutaro should not have been in there.
Definitely.
Shiva should not have been in there. Sindel should not have been in there. I just would have used Kintaro. They needed to bring in Kintaro.
He was the cat one, right?
Yeah, he was the one that looked like a tiger.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Right?
Angry kitty.
I would have had a lot more references to the second game. Like I would have had... Sonya should not have been a fighter in Mortal Kombat 2 the movie, because Sonya should have been captured by Shao Kahn and kept in his little arena there, because in Mortal Kombat 2 the game, Sonya and Kano are in the back of one of the backgrounds.
Right, yeah. Well, and that would have made more sense too, because they had to recast the chick, so like not having her in the film so prevalently would have made more sense, because it's
exactly
obviously a different person.
Yeah, if they would have put her as a capture, they would have changed her actress, then that would have made total sense.
Yeah,
right?
That way we're like, oh, that's not the same actress. We don't care because we've only seen her for like 2 minutes out of them. Because she's been captured. And then you've got tension. It's like, holy shit, the guy's cheating and he captured Sonya. It's like, we gotta go get her back and give this guy a beating. Great. That's a movie. That's the plot line right there. So
I just on a completely different note, real quick. I did Google Brian Thompson when we were mentioning him. He has a website just called BrianThompson.com, and it is the best thing I've seen in my life. Just the homepage.
Are you serious?
You should go look it up right now.
Brian Thompson. It is hilarious.
Brian Thompson. Me too.
And I'll throw it in the Discord. I do actually have a little bit of food for thought.
Oh, I like thought food.
Oh, there we go.
So if you guys obviously we know how Mortal Kombat the movies ended out.
This is great.
It is it's a good website.
Yeah, the website is pretty good. Like I do like that, especially like the pictures.
I didn't know he was in the Expendables. I like how it's just like, it's just flashing all.
Oh yeah. Here's Shao Kahn. Here's Shao Kahn. As a matter of fact, I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this image and post it in our Discord.
We know how Mortal Kombat the movies ended out. Do we think that if they had been done right, we would look back at Mortal Kombat the movies as people look back at, like the same way people look back at Star Wars, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, probably. Like I think it had the potential to be something really big, because I think it actually cursed video game movies, to be perfectly honest, because we haven't had a good video game movie since Mortal Kombat 1. I completely agree with you.
I do agree.
I'm hoping that this reboot that's happening right now, there is a Mortal Kombat movie reboot. It has already been it has already been shot and it's been edited, but then the beer happened, and all
the
beer happened, got spread everywhere, and it got delayed. So there is a movie reboot happening, hopefully sometime in 2021.
A reimagining.
I think it follows the plot line to the game a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just the first game?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but probably not due to the fact that Jax is in it, and I believe that in the game's plot line, Jax was originally in MK1, but he was at the first tournament, but he was captured. So you don't see him until MK2.
We don't. There's not a whole lot of capturing going. They did that right in the first movie, but he had captured Kitana.
Yeah. He wasn't really. They didn't capture Kitana in the first movie.
Wasn't she under duress or something?
Well, she was forced to fight in the tournament.
Well, he was keeping her in a cage.
Kitana?
Yeah.
I don't remember that part. Maybe
somebody was in a cage, man.
In the second.
In the first movie.
In the first movie. Someone was in a cage.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
No, maybe it was the second one. I don't know. They bleed together.
Yeah, well,
it's been a while.
But
that is a theme of Mortal Kombat. There is the fighting, and then the capturing,
and then the capturing,
and the beating up of those who did the capturing, and then the cheating, and the demons, and that is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm actually quite excited for this new for this new movie that's coming. I don't know really the plot line of it yet so far, but I'm hoping that it works.
Me too.
Hoping that
I'll be there. I'll be in the seats.
I'll be there. I'll be there somehow.
When they finally allow us to group back together like the herds we are.
Yeah, I will definitely be there. I've seen every Mortal Kombat movie.
They'll be handing out 3D glasses and face masks.
3D face masks. They'll be handing out.
Oh my god! Yeah, imagine that's the new thing, right? There's gonna be when you go to the movie theater, here's your 3D glasses, your complimentary face mask. Yeah. Or the face masks are all like movie themed. Yeah,
they're branded.
Wait. How do you eat the popcorn when watching a movie, though?
You don't eat popcorn anymore.
No, you don't.
Because that's how you get the COVID.
Oh, that's not supposed to be mentioned. You're not supposed to talk about that.
That's how you
Dr.
get the beer.
Popcorn is not a good name for me.
That's how you get beer 19.
Beer 19.
Okay, everyone, a lot of people have different names for what's going on. Obviously, we're calling it the beer.
Yeah.
The Game Grumps are calling it the Backstreet Boys reunion tour.
Wow.
Okay.
And apparently, there actually was a Backstreet Boys reunion tour that got canceled.
There was.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, apparently they're not back. All right.
Backstreet's not back now.
No, they're not.
Not anymore.
But yeah, so that's. I think all three of us have gone now.
Yep.
I believe so.
All three of us have gone now.
We've
for an
griefed.
hour 45.
We griefed.
We griefed. We did grief.
We purged.
We laughed.
We purged. We purged our hate for bad fucking.
We really did. Now we if anybody out there has any ideas for any kind of podcast that you want to hear us do, please drop us a line at all our social media stuff.
Give us some content.
If
you guys have any ideas, 100%, let us know.
Yeah, man. We're totally down for anything. Remember, this podcast is completely open to anything.
Shoot us your opinion. Give us an idea. Shoot us your opinion. We'll tear it apart.
Absolutely. If you're enjoying this, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, drop us a like on all our social media, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter. Let us know that you're listening. We have
just as a recap on what those socials are. There's Nobody Here Named Josh podcast on Facebook. At There's No Josh on Instagram and Twitter.
Cut out there.
Cut out. I love how, and he's so good at it. And he's so good at it. You have the most professional fucking ad voice I've ever heard.
It's very good. You're very good at it.
I'm really upset that it keeps cutting out. I just feel attacked by the internet.
Try it again. Try it again.
Okay. As a recap on what our social media is, that is There's Nobody Here Named Josh podcast on Facebook, and on Instagram and Twitter, it is at There's No Josh.
It did
It's
it
happening again, isn't
It
it?
did it again.
It's
Did
like
it
it's
again.
on us. Oh god. You guys know what it is.
Yeah,
No.
well, we talked about it earlier in the show. I think.
Instagram, Facebook, catch us. If anybody out there knows Ridley Scott, you tell them to fucking give me a call. Well,
Everyone knows how to make the internet hate me less.
yeah. Figure out how to get our connections.
Jesus.
Because we
So
can't.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check our stuff here, see if whether we have any more listeners on any other part of the planet.
Oh yeah, that should be a thing
I
we do
like
at the
doing
end
that.
of
I like
everything.
Okay, so 84% of our listeners come from Canada.
Ooh, where's that?
Canada.
From right here in Canada.
Oh, in Canada, eh?
In Canada. 6% come from Romania. So heads up.
Ooh, the Romanians.
Romania.
Shout out to Romania.
Big shout out to Romania.
Yeah. Now, 3% of our listeners come from Germany.
Ooh.
Germany.
Sie sprachen Sie Deutsch?
Please don't annoy them.
I love Germans, man. They're good.
I love Germans
people
too.
are awesome.
The women
Yeah.
are gorgeous. Actually,
Yeah,
Romanian
absolutely.
chicks too.
Oh man. 3%,
Women in general.
I think just Eastern European women. There's something about them that's just they'll kick your ass. I feel like
3% comes from the United States. Good
ooh,
old
U.S.
US of A.
US of A. That's
What's
right.
going on? Our neighbor boys.
And 3% come from Albania.
See, that one still blows my
Albania.
mind. I don't understand where the Eastern Europeans are kind of like. It's so weird.
I don't understand
I love
why.
it.
I don't understand either, but I think that's pretty amazing, though.
I love it.
Yeah, that's super dope. Actually, yeah, we gotta go on the road. We'll do a tour. We'll go to all the Anias,
All the Anias,
all the Romania, Albania.
all the Anias. I like that.
I don't know how many there. It's the Ania tour.
We'll just add Ania to the end of other countries.
Yeah,
Germany Ania.
Germany.
Germania.
Germania.
We'll go to
North Americania.
North
Japan.
Americania.
Japania.
Japania.
There's nobody here named Josh. The Ania tour.
The Ania tour. That's
The
awesome.
Ania
Though.
tour.
That's
Oh
actually
my
pretty
God.
cool. That's
The Ania.
actually pretty cool. That is a neat stat to have. I like that.
The Ania tour. I like that.
Romania.
Oh man! All right, so I think we're done here today. I think we're done.
Oh yeah, this has been a long one. Every
It's
time
been-
you say you think it's going to be a short one, it's not.
It's not. That's okay. That it goes with everything else I've said so far.
That's right.
All right, so I'm going to say all this social media stuff again because I have to say it again at the very end. Because
Guten
Oh,
Nacht.
let's see if it cuts you out now.
see if it cuts me out. All right. Well, thanks for listening to the There's Nobody Here Named Josh podcast. I'm Kevin, the host, alongside Will. Will, are you going to talk now?
You would cut out for me. I don't know if that was.
I cut out. The internet hates me. The internet hates me now.
Oh god. Yeah,
All right.
You didn't cut out for me, so I was like, did he stop?
Oh, it's just me.
Oh, it's just you. Okay,
It's
so
just me.
let's try this
Will,
again.
Will,
Let's try-
stop downloading porn.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Will, stop it. Stop
I'm
it, man.
sorry.
Stop it.
I
porn.
need it.
Jeez.
I'm
I
trying to
can
do a
give you-
podcast here.
For speaking of porn, I can give you some good sites. Anyway,
Jesus. Ugh.
anyways, thanks for listening to There's Nobody Here Named Josh podcast. I'm Kevin, the host, alongside Will.
I'm dying.
And Aaron Alessandrini.
Hey.
We're produced by Adam Upper, aka Stump Chunkman, which I
Hey
know
dog, the
Aaron-
stump chunk, man.
Aaron
Oh,
loves that
God.
name, Stump Chunkman. And our logo was created by, again, the amazing Aaron
You
Alessandrini.
don't need to keep telling people that.
Yes, I do.
Harrison?
It's part of the script, dude. It's part of the script.
Did you just say Harrison?
Just take that out of the script, man. That's like nobody says that in a podcast.
Well, we're gonna be the first one to say it. We're gonna be the first one to say it.
For all your graphic design needs.
Yes, for all your graphic design needs, you can go see Mr. Aaron. He does great stuff.
I
He really does.
I do design work for tickets to Romania. So
For tickets to Romania.
if
And
you're a beautiful
Albania.
young Romanian or Albanian or Germanian,
You can follow what we're doing on our
Japanian.
social media. You can follow what we're doing on our social media at There's No Josh on Instagram and Twitter, and There's Nobody Here Named Josh podcast on Facebook. And you can even
See, it fucking works for you.
We're even on YouTube, and you can find this podcast wherever you find your normal podcasts on Spotify. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're all over the place. Again, I'm Kevin. That's Will. That's Aaron.
hey.
And we'll see you later.
Care.